Hello little people, Fahir here from AwesomeTuts.com, and let's talk enumerations. So what are enums or enumerations? Well, they are like a struct where we can put things that we want. I know, it does not make any sense, so I'll show you now. So in order to create an enum, we can declare it to be either private or public, depending on how you want to use it. But then you type either private or public and you type enum, short for enumeration. And now you give it a name. And usually we will use enumerations for our game state. And I'm gonna name it game state. And now you open close curly brackets like this and you start typing these things or these structs, as I already mentioned, that you put together, and they depend on you. So in this case, let's think logically. In this case, we have the game state. What can be the game state? Well, it can be started, the game just started, then I can say comma, and the game can be paused, and the game can end, so ended. And it can be main menu, so currently we are in the main menu, then high score menu or stuff like that, but usually you're gonna have started, pause, ended, player, animating, or something like that. This is just on top of my head. I cannot like give you everything now because we're not creating a game. But this is essentially how you declare enumerations. So public or private enum, and this will it be private or public depends on how you want to use it. If you want to access it in other classes, then you will make it public. If don't, then make it, well, private. And that's that. So then you type enum and you give it a name. So in our case, we have game state, and we can have game state started, pause, ended, main menu, so on and so forth. And now you can declare a variable from this game state enumeration. So we can type game state, and I'm going to call it game state is equal to game state dot, let's say by default is gonna be main menu, because by default when we start our game we are gonna go in our main menu, and there is nothing much else to these except that we are gonna use them to determine what is going on in our game. Then when the game starts, you can go here and you can type if game state is equal to game state dot main menu, not ended but main menu. And of course we would put this code in our gameplay. So if we go from our main menu in our gameplay, we're going to test if the current game state is main menu, then our game state, so game state is now equal to game state started, because now our game has started. And as you can see, we can compare them in if else statements. And here we can then say if game state is equal to game state started, we can say something like game started. So we can say debug.log, and I can say our game has started. So the game has started. If I go back here in my Unity editor and I hit the run button, we are gonna see our game has started. So this is essentially all there is to it, to these enumerations. You will see this probably in some tutorials, or if you haven't, you will. And as I said, we usually use them to control our game state. So this is how we are going to implement them. So you declare them as public or private, enum, this name, depending on you, you can give it whatever you want. And then you start putting things here that have meaning or value to you in your game that you can later use, such as here. So when we test if the game state is equal to game state started, then we're going to print our game has started. And when we start our game, we're going to set it to be game state main menu. It can also be game state player died. So player died, that's also a game state. Maybe when our player has died, we want to show some things to the user, such as displaying ads or displaying a video ad, and then he can watch it if he wants to earn more coins, or maybe popping up a window, buy more coins, save the player with a life, something like that similar. But again, there is nothing else to them except that you declare them like this. You can then use them as variables. You can also declare them like this. I can remove this and I can simply declare them here like this, but you can also give them a value as we did here, and then you can use them in your game and test everything out. So if the game state is equal to this, then do this. If the game state is equal to that, then do that, so on and so forth. Nothing else to it. This is nothing complicated or hard. And yeah, that is that. Fahir here from AwesomeTuts.com, signing out from this video. And see you then, guys, or in the next one.